Did you guys notice how insanely strong marksmen are this season? And how they're dominating the current meta?
Where he go? That's a double! He go! With a maniac! Gets the savage!
And we can clearly see some of the top-tier marksmen shining in the ongoing M6 World Championship.
47 will fall! Doming's going wild!
Ravaging onto the backline, they're going to bring down aliens! Doming with a maniac!
Nakakatakot, lalo na ngayong M6 ay marksman meta. Pinakabumubuhat talaga ngayon is the marksman.
But we all know that tournaments are different from ranked games. So in this video, we'll break down the top 5 best marksmen for ranked matches. And I'll also share some tips and tricks for each hero to help you secure a victory every time. Starting off with this marksman with the highest pick rate from last month and still holding the top spot across all ranks, Miya. Miya phobia is quickly spreading worldwide, and it's no wonder when you see just how powerful Miya can be in this current meta.
Rift, silent, and precise.
Miya is super effective in ranked matches, not only because she excels in the late game, but also because she has an early game advantage against some marksmen due to her passive. This forces the enemy team to send their roamer to assist their marksman. Another factor is Miya's skill 2, Arrow of Eclipse, which feels unfair with its 1.2 second immobilize and added slow effect. Before we proceed, a big thanks to REDMAGIC for sponsoring this video. Today we received the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, and we're excited because this phone is truly an absolute beast and I know you guys will be amazed by its specs. Here we have a warranty card and a hard shell back case. Its texture is different from the usual cases that come with phones nowadays. It's smooth but has a matte finish. We also have a 100-watt charger here, and it's definitely needed given that this phone has a massive 7050 mAh battery. And here's our guy, the REDMAGIC 10 Pro, featuring an elegant design with a full flat rear panel and no camera bumps. It has a circular power button on the right side, making it much easier to press, along with customizable key settings that you can use to open game space and other features. It also has the fastest 520Hz shoulder trigger buttons, and it's perfect for Call of Duty players out there. It also works with MLBB because you can place it anywhere on the screen. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, one of the most powerful on the market for a gaming phone, and a 144Hz refresh rate that makes every touch incredibly smooth. With those specs, you won't have to worry about heating issues because it comes with a high-speed turbofan with customizable colors. Plus, this is the first phone equipped with liquid metal cooling technology, a highly efficient material typically found in gaming laptops. Also, its performance has significantly improved, and they did not increase the prices this time. Well, if you're interested, you can get your own REDMAGIC 10 Pro through the link in the description below. You can also use this skill at level 1 for a first blood, especially if the enemy doesn't have flicker. Just let your roamer know you're going for first blood. And besides Miya's invisibility effect in her ultimate, it also has a purify effect that allows you to remove all stuns, so you can use it in case you get stunned during a fight. You will also get the full 5 stacks of Moon Blessing upon leaving the state. If you want to secure a higher chance of winning, make sure to farm early and avoid unnecessary clashes. Start joining fights once you feel you're ahead of everyone, and be more aggressive since Miya has great late game scaling once you complete your items. And Moonton noticed the rising pick and win rate of Miya. That's why they decided to nerf her physical attack growth. However, this nerf didn't have much impact, as Miya is still dominating all the ranked matches. This is the build I use for Miya. Next on the list is one of the hottest marksmen today, Bruno. He is ranked 3rd in win rate among all heroes in high ranks, with nearly a 100% ban and pick rate in the pro scene. Actually, Bruno wasn't buffed directly, but he's one of the biggest beneficiaries of the reworked Malefic gun, which is really overpowered now. The old Malefic gun required landing a skill first to gain the plus 15% basic attack range effect, but after the rework, you don't need to use a skill anymore, as it automatically adds to your stats.
Is this allowed on the field?
Also, the new Malefic gun now has slightly lower stats, and the 15% lifesteal has been removed, but it now comes with plus 30% armor penetration. Aside from the penetration, the plus 10% movement speed per basic attack is also perfect for Bruno, making him incredibly effective at chasing down enemies. The combination of extended range, powerful basic attacks from his skill 1, volley shot, and his passive mecha legs makes Bruno an overpowered marksman, especially in the late game. The only problem you'll face is the early game if you're not using Bruno's skills properly. So here are some tips and tricks for the early game laning phase. Number 1 is you can use the crab to get stacks or to maintain 10 stacks of mecha legs and to avoid pushing the minion waves too close to the enemy turret. This way, you can open up an opportunity to kill your opponent's marksman since you're freezing the lane, and the minion wave is not on the enemy turret side while having your stacks. Number 2 is, when your opponent suddenly decides to fight and you have no stacks, you can use your ultimate to quickly gain stacks. And it's not just for the stacks, it also reduces the enemy's physical armor by up to 24%, something that many people don't know about Bruno. And lastly, the double skill 1 trick, which I know everyone is familiar with. It's sometimes forgotten because the level of panic rises when you're in a clash. But you can ask your teammate to get the ball for you in case you're having a hard time. This is my build for Bruno. Choose tenacity on the emblem if you feel you'll have a hard time in the lane. Next is Layla, and I was surprised to see her with the 11th highest ban rate and ranked as the most picked hero in Mythical Glory over the past 3 days. Well, everyone was surprised by Fnatic Onyx Layla pick on Kelra in their match against Mobazane's team, BTK. This Layla pick was their answer to the most popular marksman today, Bruno, and it impressively dominated the match. Talking about range, Layla undoubtedly has the longest range in the game, which is why she can go head-to-head with or even destroy Bruno in the late game.
Metang-meta ang Bruno naka-malepik gun. Kanino magaling ang malepik gun? Baril ni Layla yan.
Well, that's a fact. And it's not just Miya that's feared in the late game. Layla is now also a major threat, especially in high ranks, which is why she's mostly banned now. By the way, Layla's win rate, pick rate, and ban rate had already been increasing even before Kelra picked her, and they skyrocketed even higher after that. And for sure, because of this, Moonton will make some balancing adjustments after M6, so be sure to try out our top 3 marksmen on the list. Here is the build I use for Layla. Next on the list is Granger, who just got a revamp and is incredibly overpowered right now. Granger in the gold lane is highly effective today due to his ability to poke and harass enemies heavily from early to late game. Anyone really struggles to match a Granger, especially once he hits level 4. His newly added stacks that increase his energy cap are really overpowered in the late game, as he can use his skills consecutively, especially since you can quickly stack them by killing heroes, minions, or creeps. And Granger's passive now converts 1% cooldown reduction into 2 physical attack, making items like Hunter Strike and War Axe extremely effective on him. Although marksmen only receive 50% of War Axe's passive, Granger can still gain a total of 91 physical attack at max stacks. Additionally, every shot of his skill 1 Rhapsody at max stacks deals extra true damage. Minimal, but it adds up significantly. But of course, Hunter Strike is a better first item since it gives you 100 physical attack, and you can easily activate its passive by using Rhapsody. You can opt for either the Assassin or Fighter emblem for additional spell vamp, and you can choose between these 2 builds. Next is Beatrix, the most versatile marksman today, who has become even stronger because of the Malefic gun. Beatrix is a really great marksman to use because she has 4 different guns, each with its own strengths, which you can use in various situations. The advantage of that is she has 4 different ultimates for each gun, which makes it really unfair for other marksmen. But the most commonly used are Nibiru and Bennett, which become overpowered when paired with the Malefic gun. Especially Bennett, who is incredibly strong. The only problem is aiming with it, as its projectile is a bit slow. And Bennett's ultimate can instantly erase 50% of an enemy's HP, making it a powerful tool in teamfights. These are the builds I use for Beatrix. Those are the 5 best marksmen today, but Moskov also deserves a mention as one of the strongest, and SRG Innocent's epic comeback against CFU in Game 3 with a clutch performance proves just how powerful he is in the current meta.
Innocent walks in, Stormy! goes in for the kill with a nature from Innocent. Detective walking in Innocent with a maniac. Sing versus 3. Now Innocent jumps in, he goes in, Sing with a crowd. Layla Red Giants. The Cambodian Sharks have been taken down.